topic for today will be all about budgeting. So kapag sinabi nating budgeting, actually hindi natin napapansin pero ginagamit natin yan madalas. Sir, what do you mean by that? Normally, kapag magka-travel ka, kailangan mo muna mag-budget because without budgeting, of course, baka magutom ka dun or di ka na makauwi kung nasaan ka man. Tama ba? Also, if nagtatrabaho ka na or magtatrabaho ka na sooner or later, asahan mo na kailangan mo ring i-budget yung sahod mo or else hindi ka aabot sa next na sahod. And then, of course, famous example will be your mom. Bakit? Because yung nanay mo, binabudget niya lahat ng income ng buong pamilya para magkasya yun sa araw-araw na gastusin. Tama ba? So, kapag sinabi natin ngayong budgeting, it is actually a plan. At kapag sinabi nating plan, it always pertain to the future. Sir, anong ibig mo sabihin doon? Kapag kasi magpaplano ka, alright, ang implementation niyan will be sa future pa. Wala naman siguro sa inyo ang magpaplano ng gala last year. Uy, tara, magplano tayo ng gala. Kailan? Last year. Walang ganun, tama ba? So, magpaplano ka lang, alright, para sa future. So, budgeting is actually a plan expressed in quantitative terms. Ibig sabihin, right here in MAS, puro kaperahan ang pag-uusapan natin dito. Sir, bakit po? Because if naka-express lang yan sa qualitative terms or non-quantitative terms, asahan mo na walang kwenta yung plan. Kapag nag-propose ka ng plan or budget sa higher executive or top executive, hindi ka nila papansinin if sasabihin mo lang, uy, plano ko, sir, plano ko pong bumili ng table. Normally, tatanungin nila lagi, magkano yan? Alright? Because, of course, without cost or without these quantitative terms, medyo mahirap i-evaluate kung tama ba yung plano na yan. Right? So, plan now or budgeting is a plan expressed in quantitative terms, right? That is only effective for a given budget period. So, meron tayong tinatawag na budget period. So, budget period, this is actually the certain period of time in the future, right? That the budget is actually effective. Because possible na yung budget na yan, effective siya for the next year, pero for the coming year, ineffective na siya. Taanag ba? So here in budgeting, meron tayong tinatawag na master budget. Sir, ano po yung master budget na yan? Master budget is actually the overall plan of the entire organization. Once again, master budget is the overall plan of the company. Dalawa lang ang laman yan. Sir, ano yung dalawang laman yan? Meron tayong tinatawag na operational budget, which is yung tinatawag din natin na budgeted income statement. Then last, meron tayong tinatawag na financial budget or mas kilala sa pangalang, right, budgeted balance sheet. Very good, guys. Okay ba tayo doon? So, dito sa operational budget, the starting point is actually the sales budget. Sir, bakit po sales budget? Sales budget because, right, this is actually the cornerstone or foundation of budgeting. Meaning, all other budgets, let's say production budget, etc., will actually depend sa sales budget. Ibig sabihin, sales budget is the first step in preparing the master budget. Then after mo makompute yung sales, asahan mo ngayon na magpe-prepare ka na ng production budget. Because, right, depende sa inaasahan mong sales yung ipoproduce mo. Because kung umaasa ka na makakabenta ka ng 80, dun lang nakabase yung iyong production. Right? Then after mo ma-prepare yung production budget, pwede mo na ngayong i-prepare yung ibang bagay or ibang budget na naka-attach dyan. Sir, ano yung mga yon? Meron tayong direct materials budget. Meron tayong tinatawag na direct labor budget. Then of course, meron tayong tinatawag na factory overhead budget. Liwanag. Next, if alam mo na yung production budget, madaling-madali na lang for us to compute the cost of goods sold budget. Liwanag. That's just the budgeted sales minus, nakabase itong cost of goods sold sa production budget. Next will be the budgeted gross profit which is obviously just the budgeted sales minus the budgeted cost of goods sold. Next na budget na kasama dito is yung tinatawag natin na operating expense budget na may tatlong laman. Ano yung tatlong laman nito? Selling, general, and administrative expenses. Ano ba? Then last, if alam mo na yan, kayang-kaya mo nang makompute si budgeted net income. So these are the budgets na makikita mo sa operational budget. Next, punta tayo sa financial budget. Sa financial budget naman, normally tatlo lang ang makikita mo dito. What are those? Meron tayong tinatawag na cash budget, right? Meron tayong tinatawag na capital expenditure budget. So, ano yung capital expenditure budget na yan? Ito yung budget na nilalaan natin for purchase of, right? Let's say, property, plant, and equipment. Actually, hindi natin ito i-discuss sa video na to because this will be discussed on the other videos. Right? Part yan ng capital budgeting. Then last will be, of course, the budgeted statement of financial position wherein here, makikita mo yung ating assets, liabilities, and equity. Right? So, mas ma-appreciate mo tong budgeting na to at malalaman mo na madali lang to if magsasolve na tayo ng mga problems. So, let's now try to solve illustrative problem number 1. Ready? So, here, Carson Incorporated produces office supplies including pencils. Pencils are bundled in packages. Then, each package sells for 20 pesos. The sales budget for the first 4 months of the year follows for this product. So, meron tayong sales sa January, February, March, and April. Company policy requires that ending inventories for each month to be 10% of next month's sale. So, ang ending inventory daw natin will be 10% of next month's sales. However, due to the greater sales in December than anticipated, the ending inventory of pencils sa December or for that month is only equal to 5,000 packages. So what's the requirement here? The requirement here is to prepare a production budget for the first quarter of the year. Show the number of units that should be produced each month as well as for the quarter in total. Diba ba? So first quarter lang. Kapag first quarter, 3 buwan lang yan. January, February, and then March. Pero, lagay natin sa dulo, total. Wanag. So, if napanood mo yung variable and absorption costing, naturo ko dun kung paano computing yung sales. Paano nga ba computing yung sales ulit? This is equal to the beginning inventory plus production minus ending inventory. Mako-compute natin yung ating sales. Wanag ba yun? Sir, production po ang pinapakompute dito. Yes, tama ka doon. That's why production will be squeezed later on. So, i-squeeze natin yung production. So, ilan ang sales natin ng January? So, nakapagbenta tayo ng 100,000. Dito pala yan. 100,000. Sa February, that's 120,000. Then, for March, that's 110,000. So, total sales natin for the whole quarter is equal to 100,000 plus 120,000 plus 110,000, or this is equal to 330,000. We good? Ano nga ulit ang usapan? Ang usapan is, right, 10% ng next month sales magiging ending inventory. So, ending inventory ngayon ng January is 10% ng sales mo ng February. Right? So, 10% of 120 is actually equal to 12,000. Ending inventory mo ng February, on the other hand, is 10% ng sales mo sa March. So, 110 times 10% is 11,000. Then, lastly, ending inventory mo ng March is hindi 10% neto, right? Sales yan ng buong quarter. So, dapat ang tignan mo is 10% nung sales mo sa March, and that's 100,000. 10% of that one is actually equal to 10,000 pesos. Alright? So, sir, ito total po ba natin yan? Kung yung sales, tinotal nyo po kanina, right, ito total din po ba natin yung ending inventory? No, the answer is no. Sir, bakit po? Because hindi tinitotal ang ending inventory. Sir, bakit? Because the ending inventory for the quarter or for a given quarter is the ending inventory for the last month of that quarter. Meaning, kung ang last month ng first quarter is March, yung ending inventory ngayon ng March, which is 10,000, ang magiging ending inventory natin for the whole quarter. Maliwanag? So ngayon, ganito. Yung beginning inventory mo for this period is yung ending inventory for the last period. So if ending inventory ng January is 12, beginning inventory yan ng February. 11,000 ending ng February, magiging beginning yan ng March. Then 5,000 ending ng December, meaning yan yung magiging beginning natin sa January. Anag? Hindi rin po yan tinototal because, right, kapag dating sa inventory, dapat yung beginning and ending ang yung kinocompute. Pagdating sa ending, right, that will be the beginning rather. Pagdating sa beginning, that will be the beginning inventory of the first month in any given quarter. Yung unang buwan sa first quarter is January. Ibig sabihin, kung ang beginning inventory ng January is 5,000, yan din yung beginning inventory ng buong quarter. So, try ngayon natin i-squeeze si production. 100,000 plus 12,000 minus 5,000, or this is equal to 107,000. Next, 120,000 plus 11,000 minus 12,000, or this is equal to 119,000. Then last, 110,000 plus 10,000 minus 11,000, or this is equal to 109,000. Pag inad natin lahat yan, 107,000 plus 119,000 plus 109,000, ang lumalabas dapat dito is 335,000. And then, prove natin na tama tayo. 5 plus 335 minus 10 is actually equal to 330,000. Right? So, this will be the production budget for the first quarter. We good? Let's now move on here in illustrative problem number 2. Ayan na. So here, in illustrative problem number 2, Manning Company produces a variety of labels, including iron-on name labels which are sold to partners' camp-bounded children. The camps require campers to have their own name on every article of clothing. Each roll consists of 10 yards of paper strip with 500 copies of the child's name. Each yard of paper strip costs 2 pesos. So, 2 piso daw yung halaga ng kada yarda. Alright. Manning has budgeted production of the label rolls for the next 4 months as follows. So, given na yung production natin for the next 4 months. Next, inventory policy. Once again, inventory policy requires that sufficient paper strip be in ending inventory to satisfy 25% of the following month's production needs. Maliwanag ba? So, ibig sabihin, if kumangailangan tayo ng ganitong, let's say, 1,000 units sa February, kailangan mo ng 25% nun sa ending inventory mo sa January. The inventory of paper strip at the beginning of March equals exactly the amount needed to satisfy the inventory policy. We good? So, dito, anong tanong? Prepare a direct material purchases for March, April, and May showing purchases in units and in pesos for each month and in total. Anag ba? So, ilan na nga ulit ang ginagamit natin para makapag-produce ng isang roll? Ilang yarda? So, sabi dito, each roll or kada rolyo, right, consists of 10 yards. Ibig ngayong sabihin, yung raw materials used natin, once again, raw materials used now is equal to 6,000 times 10, or this is equal to 60,000. 9,000 times 10 is equal to 90,000. 15,000 times 10 is 150,000. Then lastly, 10,000 times 10 is equal to 100,000. We're good? Now, compute natin yung ending inventory kada buwan. Sabi dito, 25%. So, 25%. Lagyan natin dito February. Sama natin si February. So, 25% ng 60,000 is actually equal to 15,000 at yun yung ending inventory ng February. Ending inventory natin ng March is 15%. 25% ng 90,000. So, 90,000 times 25%, this is equal to 22,500. For April, that is equal to 25% ni 150. So, 150 times 25% is equal to 37,500. Then, the ending inventory of May is 25% of 100,000, which is 25,000. Ano ba? So, how do we normally compute the raw materials use? So, raw material use is equal to the raw materials beginning plus the raw materials purchases, then minus the raw materials at the end of the period. So, this is the computation of the raw materials used. Kaso, alam na kasi natin yan, ibig sabihin, kailangan mo ngayon i-squeeze si raw materials purchases because yun yung tinatanong sa letter A. Right? So, ang tinatanong is March, April, May, and then total. Anag? So, raw materials used, na-compute na natin yun kanina. 60,000 para sa March. Para sa April, that's 90,000. And then, para sa May, that's 150,000. And if ito-total mo lahat ng yan, this will give us a total of 300,000. Wanag? Ending inventory sa March is 22,500. Ending inventory sa April is 37,500. Ending inventory sa May is equal to 25,000. At gaya lang ng sa illustrative problem number 1, yung ending inventory at the end, alright, will be the ending inventory ng pinakadulong buwan. Meaning, yung 25,000 na ending inventory ng May. Next, beginning inventory will be the ending inventory last year. Ending inventory ng February is 15, so beginning inventory ng March is 15. Ending inventory ng March is 22.5, so beginning yan ng April. And then ending inventory ng April is 37.5, so magiging beginning yan ng May. At ang beginning inventory natin dito sa total is yung beginning inventory ni March, which is 15,000. So try na ngayon nating i-squeeze yung purchases. 60,000 plus 22,500 minus 15,000. This is actually equal to 67,500. Anag? Next, 90,000 plus 37,500 minus 22,500, or this is equal to 105,000. For the month of May, 150,000 plus 25,000 minus 37,500, or this is equal to 137,500. Try ulit natin. 150,000 plus 25,000 minus 37,500, 137,500. Then sa total, that's 300,000 plus 25,000 and then minus 15,000, or this is equal to 310,000. Patunayan natin. 67,500 plus 105,000 plus 137,500, or that's 310,000. Anag? So these are the purchases in units. Right? So para makuha natin yung raw materials purchases in terms of peso amount, multiply mo lang yung raw materials purchases in units dun sa magkano natin binibili. Magkano ba natin yan binibili? Binibili natin yan ng 2 piso kada yarda. Tama? So 67.5 now times 2, ang purchases natin sa March is equal to 135,000. Para sa April naman, that's 105 times 2, or this is equal to 210,000. Para sa May, that's 137,500 times 2, or this is 275,000. Then, yung total is 310 times 2, or this is 620. Then, patunayan natin, 135,000 plus 210,000 and plus 275,000, or this is 620,000. So, these are the final answers for requirement letter alpha. Mawanag. Requirement letter bravo. Each roll of labels, right, produced requires on average 0.05 direct labor. The average cost of direct labor is 60 pesos per hour. So, prepare a direct labor budget for March, April, and May pa rin, showing the hours needed and the direct labor cost for each month and in total. Anag. So, meron pa rin tayong March, April, May, at saka yung total. Okay na. So, dito, alamin muna natin ilan ang ating na-produce. Ilan na nga ulit? For the month of March, nakapag-produce ka ng 6,000. So, lalagay natin dito, 6,000. For the month of April, ilan yung na-produce mo? That's equal to 9,000. And for the month of May, once again, that's equal to 15,000. Ano ba? Then, kapag ito total natin yan, this will give us a total of 30,000. Ay na ba? Next, imumultiply natin yan sa kung ilang oras bang required para makapag-produce ng isa. Sabi dito, each roll of labels requires on average 0.05 of direct labor. So, times 0.05, 0.05, 0.05, and 0.05, makukuha na natin yung ating budgeted direct labor hours. So, ilan ang budgeted direct labor hours natin sa March? That's 6,000 times 0.05, or this is equal to 300. For April, 9,000 times 0.05, or this is equal to 450. For May, that's 15,000 times 0.05, or this is equal to 750. Then total, that's 30,000 times 0.05, or this is equal to 1,500. Or kapag in-add mo to, dapat 1,500 din. Try natin. 300 plus 450 plus 750, or that's equal to 1,500. Banag. Hindi lang yan ang pinapakompute. Pinapakompute din yung direct labor cost. Right? So, imumultiply lang natin yan sa cost per hour. Magkano ba cost per hour? Sabi dito, the average cost per direct labor hour is 60. So, times 60, 60, 60, and 60, makocompute na natin yung ating direct labor cost. Right? So, magkano direct labor cost natin sa March? This is 300 times 60, or this is equal to 18,000 pesos. Sa April, this is 450 times 60, or this is equal to 27,000. For May, this is 750 times 60, or this is 45,000 pesos. And lastly, for the total, that's 1,500 times 60, or this is equal to 90,000 pesos. Try natin i-add 18,000 plus 27,000 plus 45,000. As you can see, 90,000 pa rin yan. Right? So, final answer for requirement letter bravo, that is, ano yung requirement dito? The direct labor hours and the direct labor cost. So, final answer will be 300, 450, 750, and 1,500. And also, 18,000, 27,000, 45,000, and 90,000 for the direct labor cost. Right? So, this is the end of this video. Sa part 2 ng ating budgeting, i-discuss ko naman doon yung ating financial budget. So, hopefully, natuto ka sa video na to. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.